What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk about Senator Ron Johnson. He's running for re-election, and I talked about him a couple of days ago, and we are going to talk about what he said last night. So actually it was 2 nights ago. There was a town hall meeting 2 nights ago, and he said something that was pretty shocking. I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to talk about it on the other end. But first off, on this channel, we talk about money and retirement. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so first off, let's talk about Senator Ron Johnson. Just give you guys a little backstory. I talked about him, I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, but he was talking about Social Security. He thinks Social Security should be discretionary spending. And the reason that he wants to do that, the reason that he's saying that we should do that is because every year we need to look at Social Security to see if it still should be around. That's basically what he's saying. He's saying there's a lot of money that's being wasted, and so he wants to have Congress look into Social Security every year. Now, this can be problematic because we have certain discretionary spending that Congress looks into every year, and guess what? Every year there's a problem. Every year they're either making cuts or we're facing a shutdown. I mean, it's ridiculous when it comes down to it. And so making Social Security discretionary spending would mean we would probably see cuts. And even if we don't see cuts, we're going to see every year Congress juggling the are we going to move forward with Social Security? Are we not going to move forward with Social Security? And that would result in a shutdown. I mean, it could result in a shutdown where people won't get receive their money on time, and just a variety of different problems that we would see if it was discretionary. So that was the first thing he was talking about. And then a couple of nights ago, he was talking about coaxing seniors to go back to work. So I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to talk about it.
I wrote a column for the Wall Street Journal. You can go online, November 2021, saying that we need about 2.6 million additional workers added to our labor force. And our birth rates aren't producing that. So there are a number of innovative ideas I would support. Former Senator Phil Graham came to the Senate. We were talking about our labor shortage, and one of his suggestions was to coax seniors that could re-enter the workforce. Don't charge them payroll tax. They're not paying it anyway, so they want to get back and earn a few extra bucks. Let them start working and don't charge them payroll tax.
Okay, so you saw there, he was, and this is a town hall, it's like a virtual town hall, where he was talking about coaxing seniors to go back to work. And so gently persuading them to go back to work. Now, he's already been on record and said that he thinks that we should, when it comes to the retirement age, it should go from 65 to 70. Actually, it's not even 65 now, it's a 66 or 67, but he thinks it should go to 70. And now he's talking about seniors can go back to work. And guess what? We're going to give you a big bonus. We're going to give you, you're not going to have to pay the payroll tax, which is about 6.2%. And so let's say you go to work and you earn $100. You're going to get $6.20 on top of that $100. That's the bonus for going back to work. And so this is very, very problematic. Senator Johnson right now, he's in a very, very tight race. And so hopefully, and Mandela Barnes right now is in the lead, so he's within the margin of error. It's like 2-3 points. So we're looking at a situation where Senator Ron Johnson might lose his race, and that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing for people on Social Security, because he's really talking about things that are dangerous for the program. And you can only imagine, if you have Republicans running the Senate, Republicans running the House, they're going to try to do something when it comes to Social Security. And they're not ashamed of talking about cutting Social Security and making people work longer. So it's a serious situation. And so we really need to watch this race. Like I said, I'm going to continue to watch it. I'm going to continue to let you guys know what's going on when it comes to this race, because this is a pivotal race. If Mandela Barnes can actually beat Ron Johnson, then that would mean that as long as the other races kind of go as planned, that would mean that Democrats would still control the Senate. And so let's say the House goes over to Republicans, Republicans control the House, the Senate is controlled by Democrats, and the presidency is controlled by Democrats. That would force them to have to both Democrats and Republicans, force them to have to come together if they want to move forward with any legislation. And so they're going to have to work on bipartisan bills from this point on if we see it go down that way. So we're just going to have to follow it and see where it goes. But Senator Ron Johnson, again, saying some things that are very, very problematic. And I've said this before when it comes to just platform, just looking at the platform, the Democratic platform when it comes to Social Security, they want to expand Social Security. The Republicans' platform is they don't want to make any expansion. Okay, they don't want to expand Social Security. They do want to address the trust fund. So both parties want to address the trust fund. And so 12 years, they want to make sure that the trust fund is still around 12 years from now. And so we won't see a cut in Social Security. And that's what we're talking about right now. Okay, that's one of the main things that I keep talking about this over and over again because I keep hearing people get this wrong. Social Security is not going bankrupt. Okay, the trust fund is running out of money, but the program itself is not going bankrupt, which would mean that the program is going to be around 50 years from now, 75 years from now. The program will still be around, but it's the trust fund that will run out of money in 12 years. If the trust fund runs out of money in 12 years, then we're looking at a reduction of about anywhere from 20 to 23%. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So that would mean that if you're receiving Social Security right now, Social Security benefits at 100%, that's what you're receiving now, you would get a reduction of about 23% if the trust fund runs out of money. And so that's why they're fighting to fund the trust fund, and that's what Republicans are talking about. Let's address the trust fund, but we don't want to expand. We don't want to do a $2,400 a year raise or a $200 raise per month. We don't want to do that, but we do want to address the trust fund. Now, Democrats are saying they want to address the trust fund, but they also want to have additional spending, so additional money going to Social Security. So looking at $2,400 or a $200 raise for Social Security, which is the same thing, but I'm just saying they're looking at it at that level. Okay, so they want to expand Social Security. There's a difference. So that's what we have right now. Just wanted to give you that quick little update. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.